I'm your wife, not your mom. Update: after I-34M and my wife 32F had a long talk. Link to the original post. https://reddit.com/r/relationshipadvice/s/gpugs38key. Hey everyone. So, I arranged for the in-laws to have the kids Friday night. Me and the wife sat down and had a talk. A long talk. Probably one of the deepest and hardest talks we have ever had in our 18 years. I told her my side. That I felt overwhelmed and underappreciated. That I felt I was doing more than my fair share and that she wasn't. I told her that I could understand that while I may be doing plenty around the house and parenting, that I was guilty of letting her take the majority of the mental load, but that still didn't excuse her behavior. I felt I was firm but fair, and to her credit, instead of fighting back, she listened. We discussed her feelings, and she admits to not prioritizing housework and trying to make the most of her free time, and agreed that we will sit down and come up with a schedule for cleaning that we are both accountable for. She told me some issues that I wasn't aware of that her mother had been dealing with since retiring, and the passing of her father, wife's granddad, loneliness and depression, issues relating to my SIL. She's a mess and constant headache, which was why she had been going to see her so much. Other feelings she had been having about feeling lost in kids, not having anything for herself, and some depression related to weight gain since having our second child. She has put on 4,050 pounds and no longer feels attractive. I told her that I still think she's beautiful, but she doesn't. Hence our DB. There were hurt feelings and tears from both of us. So we are taking steps to help. 1. We have both agreed to switch out mornings and evenings. I get the kids up, breakfasts, teeth, dressed, and take them to school. She does dinner, bath, bed, etc. The next day we switch. This gives us both some mornings, evenings free to do what we want. 2. We are both joining the gym. I too have put on some weight and lost muscle since our second child. Hopefully this helps with her body confidence. 3. We are also arranging with the in-laws to have babysitters once a week for us to start going on regular dates again. For context, the in-laws are our only support. I'm an orphan of abusive, raised by my grandmother, now passed. 4. We have found a cleaning schedule where you do certain chores throughout the house every day but pick one room to deep clean every day too, with me doing laundry, dishwasher, etc., things that take less time. Her doing the deep cleans and general tidying. 5. Most importantly, she is looking to get a job part-time so she can start helping financially. Give her some income that isn't from me and give her something to focus on outside of being a mom. As all my wages went into the joint account, I felt like I never had any money as I didn't want to spend and there not be enough to pay the mortgage, etc. So I never spent money and resented that she did. So when she gets a job, both incomes are going into the joint account. Then we are getting a budget together, making sure there is enough to cover direct debits. Then dividing the remaining into accounts for savings and personal accounts for each of us to have our own money that we can spend how we want guilt-free. 6. I'm going to pick up a hobby that gets me out of the house and commute to the office once a week. One thing we discussed was that I was always at home. I didn't do anything other than work and be at home. So we didn't have a lot to talk about, because I didn't go anywhere. It also meant that she never got any alone time at home away from me and the kids, and she felt like a nuisance being at home while I'm at work. We took this weekend to spend some time together as a family. Took the kids to the park. Went to a nature reserve for a picnic and bike rides. Took the kids rock climbing followed by ice cream. It was really nice and we both feel like a weight has been lifted. It's obviously not going to change overnight and we need to work at it. But we have a plan and both seem to want to put in the effort. To everyone who gave me good advice. Recommended therapy. We can't afford it until she starts work, but we are looking for when she does. Commiserated with your own stories or just had a kind word to say. Thank you so much. There were comments that made me cry and so much insight that I hadn't considered. Thank you. To those of you who clearly didn't read my post but instead assumed I was entitled and entirely to blame because I used the word help, or that I probably didn't know my own children's birthdays and allergies. I feel sorry for you and hope that you get the help you so sorely need. I also recommend weekly check-ins. We had some tense moments when our son was young. Checking in kind of gives you a reason to chat about the week. How did everything go? How are you both emotionally? What are some personal goals and family goals? Good on you for sitting down and working through. I'm glad you both were able to have an adult conversation and come to what seems like a mutually agreeable path forward. A lot of the comments on your first post were seriously unhinged. Communication wins the day. Way to have a mature, honest, open conversation about everything, and I hope things work out for your family. I love this for you. I've seen so many posts like yours that ended badly. Glad this seems to have a better ending. I'm so happy things worked out and that it was honest and open. Y'all are doing just fine. Sometimes y'all just gotta check in with each other once a month and see where y'all can grow together. Good luck with the future growth. Ignore the haters. This subreddit can be so toxic sometimes. Yay! This is great. I'm glad your wife is getting a job. From your last post, it sounded like she really needs for her life to not be all domestic labor. And then you guys can outsource some of the cooking, cleaning, etc. I need to remember this story the next time my husband and I are struggling with something. Just bite the bullet and talk it out. Glad to hear that it all went well. But, what the heck is DB? Deep blue? Divorce bread? Dark brownies? Hire a house cleaner. For the love of God. It is life-changing. The benefit to your marriage will be easily worth the cost. Happy to hear you're going in the right direction. Great job to the two of you. And great job to you for sticking to what you thought was fair and right. Many people would either sulk silently and grown resentful or blown up. You, sir, did it the right way. Glad you sat her down and had a real talk and got actioning on things to improve both your lives. Something rare to see on Reddit, adults having adult conversations about adult problems and coming up with adult solutions. Congrats for being rational and committing to working together to solve your problems. Good luck and best wishes to both of you. That is great news. It's nice to see someone having a chance to make it work. I'm so glad you were able to talk about it and come up with solutions. I genuinely hope it works for you both. More proof that 90% of problems on this sub can be resolved through communication. Glad you were able to reach a consensus. Thanks for the update. Great communication. Good luck. Good for you. You are communicating and have some defined steps to rebuild your marriage. The one thing comment I have is that you need to sit down and make a joint budget now. Your budget should both be looking at what expenditures are coming up and allocate money accordingly. When she's working and you have more money, you can use the experience to do better with more. Going to again recommend the fair play method and cards. Good job otherwise, sounds productive. This is awesome to hear. I'm happy for you, Op. Sorry you had to deal with people who were bound and determined to make you the bad guy here. Regardless of what you did or said. Great work, man. Hope for the best for you both. The last paragraph made me laugh. Those comments were all insane.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Heracast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.